Oh my god. Wow. If you only knew how much it takes to do one video. Um, okay. So, I am not going to be talking about YNR. I'm going to be talking about Bold. I was not trying to dupe you. It's not that. Um, okay. So, I had an idea. I was going to talk about the retro episodes from last week on Bold. I put in the title. I did everything you're supposed to do, and then there was a problem. So I said, okay, how can I fix this? Um, I tried clearing everything out. I tried a new title. I tried turning off the computer, turning on the computer. So I now know the secret. Apparently, when you don't make a video, it still keeps it and it says upcoming. So what you do is, apparently, you click on it and you say go live now. Your problem is, unless you change the title, it sounds like you're talking about that. Okay? So what I guess I'm gonna do is, because I was gonna also do a video on um I titled it Ironic Things, and I meant in soap operas. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about Bold, and then I'll probably switch to YNR. Okay, so I didn't really lie. Okay, so Bold from last week, the retro, Thursday and Friday. Okay, Thursday we're back in Rome, and he looks, uh, Ridge looks into the hole, keyhole, whatever, and sees Brooke, right? And at that moment, you're supposed to believe he has an epiphany and he goes, oh my God, I'm supposed to be with this woman. Okay? Um, okay. Now, the reason why that is ironic is because, first of all, those episodes are not that retro as they usually go retro, and I mean really bad. Okay? So, he's professing his love to Brooke and I should be with you forever, and then not even 2 months later or even whenever later, he's now, because Brooke and him disagreed, he's back with Taylor again. Now, I've talked about this before, so I'm sorry I don't try to reiterate things too much. But that boy needs to make up his mind. And yes, I said boy, because a man doesn't act like that. A real man doesn't act like that. He doesn't play games. He doesn't play with your emotions. He doesn't do any of that stuff. Okay? Um, I once heard a podcast with the late Bob Saget, great comedian, and also um, slightly misunderstood because a lot of people had the image of him from Full House, okay? But then he came out with a book that apparently was kind of off the norm for that. So they called him Dirty Daddy or whatever. So then a lot of people were also confused with, okay, are you going to be like Danny Tanner or are you going to be like this, I don't know, other character, if you will? Meanwhile, this poor man is just trying to live life, and he's trying to say, which most people should understand, that he is a complex individual, as we all are, and he is a little bit of both. He's not one thing or the other all the time. So, yeah. Okay. And in this podcast, he was talking to his wife, and he said, "Well, when did you know that you loved me?" She said, "I don't know, about their third or fourth date, right?" And he said, "Okay, I've always wondered this. From a woman's perspective, how did you know that I liked you?" And she said, "Okay, here's a teachable moment for all the women out there. When a guy likes you and when a guy wants to pursue you, you will know it. There will be no question. He will be there. He will call you. He will write you. He will whatever. He will spend his time with you. It won't be problems. Like the guessing games with most men or women that are like, I wonder if they like me. Do they like me? They're not calling me. They're not doing whatever. Um, and then also, I go back into, that book, He's Not That Into You, which they turned into a film. It's true. It's very true on both sides. Because if someone is not into you, they're not going to invest time. And time is the most valuable resource we all have. Why? Because it's finite. Because we don't know how much time we literally have on this planet. So most of us don't want to waste any of it doing anything extraneous whatsoever. And that goes back into the soap opera because if Ridge was a real man, he would declare his feelings for somebody, anybody, and stick with it, no matter what. That's my piece on that. Okay, now for Y&R, well, Y&R got to give credit to because, let's see, well, they add more people and they do it pretty frequently, not too frequently where you go, okay, that's a little much. But yeah, they do. Um, right now they have Valerie Pettiford playing Amy, which I didn't know who she was until I saw her. Sorry. If I'm supposed to know you, that's not a slight. I just didn't know what you did before. And the new characters of Damien and Holden. Okay, so right there they've added three people on. The problem with that is that they okay worse. It's also morning for me, and you know okay. With them adding more people, I don't feel like they rotate the cast they have already enough because for the longest time they put Devon and Lily for sure on the back burner. Um, which I mean, all the soaps do it, but what I'm saying is it's really evident that they did it because they were heavy focus on Heather and Daniel and that whole family thing, and I get it, okay. But when they back burner somebody, they really do it, and you're like, where are they? Did they go away? Are they supposed to be in another country? What happened to him or her or whatever? So yeah. Um, as far as the Sharon situation, okay, now this is getting a little more current because from last week, now you're supposed to believe that Phyllis and Sharon, both of them disappeared kind of at the same time. Now, I'm gonna talk about Chance for a second because another one they kind of back burner here and there. I think it's because he's more recurring than a full cast member or a lead or whatever. But they really do. I mean, it's either he's there all the time or he's not there, and you're like, okay, do they not have a police department this week? Um, because now they're supposed to be looking for Phyllis. Now, also this week, I guess coming up, you're supposed to believe that Sharon is gone too. So now they're going to try to connect both of them and go, oh, Sharon and Phyllis gone at the same time. And then somebody is going to go, well, maybe they didn't go on their own accord. Yeah, I don't know. God forbid Michelle Stafford and Sharon Case have a break at the same time. But yeah, that's just me talking. All right, another one done. Bye, everybody.